What's good, man? It's OG Drip, man. Hey, listen, man. Before we get into the video, y'all don't mind my faded shirt. I'm grabbing this real quick and hurrying up and out here and doing these videos in the car real quick. But anyways, man, check this out, man. Hopefully somebody laugh. But anyways, man, check this out. When it get down to the conscious community, sometimes they have small points, right? Especially when we breaking down something like your birth chart. One thing about it is you have something born, right? When you're born, you have a birth certificate. When you die, you have a death certificate. The reason why is deeper than what you ever thought, right? Where they'll show you things or where to use it, but the way that they're showing you is going to make the world against you. So you got to understand how that's not going to work but so long. So when you're looking at the way that they're doing it, that been working for so many years, which y'all all could agree with no matter what religion you in, you can say that it been actually injustices everywhere. Whether somebody killed somebody for no reason, whether whatever was going on, right? So if you want to take that mind and use your little biasness to be able to see this clearly, take whatever you need, because at the end of the day, no matter if you take this away, this is just what it is. At the end of the day, when you're looking at the things that they're doing, they're tracking it because of a reason. And if you do not go by these things that they're tracking, they have consequences that's drawn out. And you might not notice, but you agree with these consequences on some type of terms, right? Where a lot of people like to say, hey, they stole our lands, hey, they tricked our people, Y'all got to realize if ancestry magic and ancestry spiritual was so strong back then, how did it get to a point where it was able to be tricked, able to be manipulated for things to get turned over? You have to think like this. It had to come to a point where we actually forgot who we are. So they didn't never forget who you were. They know exactly who you is. And a lot of conscious community love to say that. So if they know who you is, but not necessarily saying you're chosen, but saying everybody, they know who everybody is. That's why when you don't go along with what they got out designed, they're trying to stop you and make you come against, make you be an outcast. So make you like you're a terrorist or make you like you're trying to perform some type of injustice act. You get what I'm saying? So they could paint narrative, paint pictures to making it look like this is what you did it for. So when you understand that that's consciousness not going to get you but so far. But at the same time, you have to look and realize, yeah, it is a reason why they have your native will. Your birth certificate. It's not because of you have a hidden trust fund and all this there. Because when you go through things like that, yeah, you might get away with it. You might do. But this is just for you to be a dummy or a prime example of showing somebody how they can mislead you. So at the end of the day, yeah, you might be comfortable with that, but don't realize how they don't rub your shoulders to get you comfortable with that, to even make that happen. How they not going to know that you could do this? Like, y'all got to start making sense. Like, the people is putting this stuff out here, like, how they going to put out something that they don't know, but you found it from a source not within yourself. This is when we know that people don't trust themselves, when we don't know that people don't have faith in God, that people have more faith in the material or whatever that have been crafted out already, right? So when you're looking at the things, sometimes you got to remember, why is this stuff actually working? How is these people actually controlling the world still? So when you're looking at it, they already know who you is before you know who you is. So the who am I? People already is born in this world where you're basically lost. Soon as you come out, they already is, just like the conscious community saying, they're already tracking you, they're already marking you, right? So when they're looking at it, they already got your native will. So you're looking at it like a birth certificate, but they're looking at it like, hey, this is the native will. This is who this person might end up to turn out to be. So then they're looking at the parents of this person. So that's the reason why they love to enforce you trying to find the other parent on these type of things. So you have states where don't enforce it, but then they have different degrees, different things. So they make it feel like, hey, you could run. It's somewhere over here that fits you, aka another place that give you a shoulder rub to make you feel like you had a massage. But at the whole time, it's a mirage. It's something that you thought was there, and it's not actually there. It's actually delusions of illusions that you created, and now it descended and came onto this earth, and you're looking at it and thinking this is what it is to be. So even down to the point that people bring it down to saying, hey, if this person, that person, hey, this person got to be God, but don't realize that's what they're saying. So when you're looking at all the studies of saying this is what this means, we got to realize, like, at the end of the day, who left that there? Who the one put that there? If they didn't want us to know this, why is it there? Like, I hate when people say they took black people history and then say black people are the true Jews and say according to the book of the Bible and according to this book and according to that book. But who illustrated the books? Who allowed the book to be published? Who allowed the book to be mainstream? So at the end of the day, how you be so conscious that you talk about the mainstream, but yet want to come to agreements when it's time for it to be on your side, bro? So when it get down to these type of things, bro, it's all a shoulder rub. And just like I like to tell people, it's the sex with the devil junk that get people, where they don't see that the demons came to get you. The downwards angles that made you feel comfortable with the overall thing, even though you knew it or not. It don't matter if you knew it or not. That's the whole trick. That's the whole deceiving thing, remember? Like, I don't know what game they played to start interacting, like the devil stopped being deceiving the way that they read it, right? And then the way that they put it is, you could tell it's flippity floppy. Now, I keep it spiritual the whole time. When we start bringing things down to this physical world and start making it out of everything, they're going to control it, whether you want to admit it or not. It's not like you could go to Canada for no reason, and from Canada to no reason to Brazil, and just do it without having no passport, without having something to prove who you is once again. So it's more to it than just to say this person died this way. They also worried about how you coming alive. So they're tracking you. They're literally tracking you. And they're doing it as trying to do it spiritual. So they're figuring out what minds did you like to interact with? What minds was previously shared with the mind before then? So they can rate minds to comfort everybody, right? To having a big overall thing. And these minds, the big one, the overall will be looked at as the devil. But saying the devil, could control your mind type of stuff. Can't control your spirit, but he could get you in the mind's will. Can't go to the last kingdom of heaven, how some people like to be misguided, but somebody could go to the first. So, I don't know how they like to misinterpret that. But just to say, when you're looking at it, heaven can be on earth, but the way that it's designed, some people giving themselves pure hell by making unrealistic ways of living and is biased towards certain degrees. That's why you have certain religions believing in one thing. But it's all following behind the same thing at the end of the day. They all believe in some type of sun figure. They all believe in some type of masculine energy. They all believe in some type of overall feminine energy. They believe in some type of thing, but it always break down to that it don't play out as just energy, where they have to break it down to say, oh no, this was the actual person. Oh no, that wasn't a stage of representation inside the book. And all the books seem similar because it's breaking down, no matter how you look at it, this the overall truth of what's actually going on. So anytime we're pulling against that, we have to know that it's not the truth because there's no clarity there, right? So anyways, that's why everybody want to argue it and picking a side and this and that there. So they already knew how to play the game. So you have to look at it like these people already knew how to play the game. That's why they created a system where they don't have to be so uptight with tracking on what's going on, because not only is they tracking the skies, and y'all can see that through their satellites and saying, hey, Mars is here, Venus is here. If you don't believe it, just type it in Google. I don't understand why some people use their tools to prove their own stuff right, but when it comes down to you trying to use their tools to say, hey, they lying about science on purpose, it's more of a, hey, we got our thing that's tracking this location. This is what we're considering as a planet. So we're considering this thing as God. And we, even though we the one put that up there, we the one giving you God. So people don't like to look at it like that. They try to mix it up, and then they don't like they want to read the Bible and say, oh, they said the God that come before you, and they don't want to say that that's the true God. So they telling you out the womb, boy, this world was already fucked up. They're telling you that's the point of it. The point of it is for you to figure out, hey, this is what's wrong, but how to justify it without getting myself killed too early, without being able to actually harvest my fruits of labor and stuff like that, and be able to actually enjoy it. But rather now I'm getting shot down and have to rebirth the whole tree, aka grow your whole brain over again and hope to get to your self-consciousness. So when it come down to this, these people have the game already mapped out. So they already have things to be like, oh, this person gonna agree with that. Oh, this person a Libra. Oh, okay, this person gonna love talking to someone, especially when they get down to relationships and about all this type of stuff of saying, hey, you and your man gonna get married one day. Y'all gonna go over here and go on a ship ride and go over there. They know that this type of stuff you like. They know that to an earth person, they might look at them like this. So they already studied every zodiac. They already studied every element. They already studied every planet, but quote unquote, every source of energy. None of this stuff is actual physical. But when they say they can make it physical, they could be the ones that's tracking it. So they could be the ones that's telling you what's going on secretly. So I don't understand how we don't understand that. This is the reason why they call it shadow powers. It's not like they're doing stuff not on purpose. Everything that they're showing you is on purpose. A Scorpio would definitely be able to understand this to a degree, right? Because this is where we talk about like being able to transform, be able to talk about magic. So when we talk about 8th house, y'all got to understand, this is why I'm saying they lying about magic. They're lying about this type of stuff. They want you to continue these chants, to continue doing witchcraft on yourself, to continue doing rituals on yourself. So at the end of the day, you always got some type of golem over you where you can't even be yourself. So they make it like God is actually here with you and like, yeah, what's up? Not the powers of God is here. You get what I'm saying? But yet somehow read the Bible and somehow see that God, every time it's mentioning that, which is their own books or in whatever description, they can't see that God in that sense is always separating itself from everything else. But somehow they keep making it with whatever they want it to. Whether they want to be into it for the love, whether they want to be into it for the hate, or whether they want to be in between atheists, Christians, and satanic worshipers. So at the end of the day, you got somebody Luciferians, same thing, bro. The Luciferians and Jesus worship the same things. So it all go against each other, but it's made to fit each other comfortability. So this what wring people neck, as in what the conscious community like to say. How y'all get that conscious not to realize some of the stuff you talk about is the truth and it hurt, right? So imagine when you dig all the hole and you find out, hey, this the damn shovel and this the person that dig these fucking holes. Y'all started worrying about the holes that been dug. That was the whole mirage. That was the whole trick behind it. You got to realize the person that's digging these holes is the person that's burying these lies. So when it get down to it, why is this person burying these lies? How is it continuing to work? Admit that to yourself, that this shit is actually working. Don't hate on them in that degree. But yes, the way that they're doing shit is fucked up. So what we have to realize is, hey, let them not use the same tools. Let us figure out a way to come up with our own tools, our own ways to see things, our own ways to accept God. Let them not have to force it to us. Not let them have to tell us to it. So depending on where you was born in the world, aka that's the reason why they track your birth sign, your birth certificate, they already know what religion you're most likely to join. They already know, and what we're gonna say, in Africa, you liable to want to be Pan-African. You liable to want to be 10%. You liable to want to be these type of things. So they already understand each part of the world. China have a certain person that they want to worship more than another. And they know they already made a, hey, if you don't want to worship this, you want to go against the grain, we got somebody over here. But at the end of the day, it's the same comfortability. So you have to ask yourself, God damn, how many times did you get tricked to realize, hey, maybe they putting this information in a way because they know, hey, we didn't take the knowledge from them. We just took the way that they read it from them. So we're going to just keep changing words, keep changing things where they don't realize, hey, if we controlling the words and controlling what is a religion and controlling how it should be funded, how it should go about, is it considered a religion or is it considered a terrorist act? Because when you look at both of them, they're actually the same damn thing, right? So when we looking at it, if you come up with a certain religion, this is the reason why certain religions get shut down quick. Where you see where they tried to come out and then somebody end up dying drastically, or they end up going through something that not messed up only one person, but messed up the whole community that want to claim this, or something like that. Even looked at to a gang community, right? Where now if you got on a flag, you looked at automatically as a bad guy no matter what. Don't matter what hood you come from, no matter if you chose it, no matter if you walked into it. But sometimes they look at rappers like, oh, gangbangers, that's cool. It's just to show you how inverted and show you how biased or how pick a side the fucking world be when it come down to Satan. That's why I say that Satan shit, like Eminem probably was trying, he explaining some shit, but this is the only way he know how to explain it. But it's, you know, when he was talking about sex with the devil and shit, and I'm just using him because he got in graphic details, right? And a lot of people don't understand. If you're not controlling this world, which is made up by a mind, bro, you're getting fucked by it, bro. You're getting led astray. Whether it's somebody putting you in a mental hell or whether they're making you feel like you're in a heaven where everyone don't necessarily agree with you and you done made your heaven back to earth and don't walk yourself back into the same thing and don't realize it. Like, we got to stop with certain connections. That's the whole reason why they made the book of Enoch and then took it away like, oh, wait. Hold on, because people are not going to understand. Certain people, due to how the world is now, we can't even use those words. We have to just get rid of it. But yet people would accept certain Bibles and say this Bible's the truth, that Bible's the truth. No, this Bible was helping this Bible of this time, of these people, understand it easier than the people that was written back then. So every time that someone go up, the Bible is going to change with it. The Bible is going to evolve with it. So when we looking at things like this, so is other places. So when we looking at cultures and the cults, y'all got to understand it's all the same thing. How you be in a religion with a group full of people that belongs and meaning to one thing and walking under the same oaths and walking under the same environments, but yet it's not a cult. Like, we got to realize where you being tricked, you know what I'm saying? And it's like just a trick into saying, hey, you like this, so hey, guess what? You're going to wear it. I told you, I'm going to bring a girl to you, or if you're a man or however, I don't care if you're gay or whatever. I'm going to bring a man to man. I'm going to bring a woman to a woman. I'm going to bring whatever to whatever. But y'all don't realize, like, y'all letting them play the concept of turning water to wine. So at the same time, they can make your life look better than what it actually is. So when you go and die, you're not thinking about these things, right? They can give you a sense of heaven, where every day you live in your damn life to the fact that you ain't even think like, hey, hold on, what happened when I actually leave this earth? Am I actually doing the right thing? Am I actually walking right by God? So a lot of people don't understand opposing energy, where they like to be taught to the sweet talk and stuff. And this is the reason why they created a reason for that. They created somebody that like to be talked to rough. They created something for somebody that like to be talked to sweet. They created something for in between. They knew how to do these things because they're using the same things of how the world was created, with masculine energy, feminine energy, in between. So you know what I'm saying? Showing that both energies take to make this one energy appear. So they're sitting there, they're breaking it down, right? And I'm just saying energy because this will just help people realize, like on Dragon Ball Z, how you can see the yellow stuff, or how you can see a person mad and you can see it, you know what I'm saying? So this is just a way of breaking it down, but it's not what it actually is. So when they get down to talking about terms or how we got to use their words, we have no choice. But at the same time, you can't get lost into saying, hey, I stand on this word, but I don't believe in those other words. So we got to understand that, hey, you're drawing your own contradictions between not realizing that, hey, these people is actually tracking you. They actually know who you is before you know who you is. That's the reason why a birth chart helped you be able to apply for certain things, be able to get approved for certain, get approved for certain benefits, and that the government able to give you. So now you ain't got to pay the full thing on the light bill. You know what I'm saying? Look at my son out there. So I'm finna get to him or whatever. But anyways, man, y'all, man, we gonna get into this stuff anyways, man. But anyways, I'm out, man. OG Drill.